What's up, guys? My name is Miles.
And my name is Fez.
And this is The Commodity. And today we are reacting to Etiqa 2021 Raya Balik Tanjung Mana ? And I think this one has something to do with food, which obviously Raya in general is like a festival where you eat. So
yeah, the whole concept. I think it's breaking fast, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what this company is. This one was requested. It seems like it was a pretty popular video, so we want to check it out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this one. Of course, we're going to want to know what Etiqa.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below what Etiqa is and if we're pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah, let's go and hop in. Balik Tanjung.
I don't know what dish. I don't know what dish that is, but it looks like really caramelized onions, and it looks fantastic. Like a whole onion caramelized.
I think it's chicken or something.
Let us know what that is.
Birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.
Amin. Kurma abang.
Kasih.
Abang, esok saya masuk office.
Pagi. Di center.
Okay, so Atiq is little brother. I thought Abang was big brother, but I've heard in multiple videos the wife call the husband Abang.
Well, maybe they're not married.
Could Abang also be used as husband?
Or something.
Or is it just brother?
Like lover or whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds horrible, actually. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Be like, what's up, brother? And then be like, hey, what's up, brother?
Nasi.
What?
Abang, Raya ni...
Dear. Dear.
Yeah, but it
Kita
also
balik
means
mana
brother.
dulu?
Balik Tanjung?
Tahulah Tanjung, tapi Tanjung mana? Tanjung Harapan ke Tanjung Karang?
Oh, mama abang lah Tanjung Karang.
Tak aci lah macam ni. Tahun lepas dah lah tak balik Tanjung Harapan.
Hai, kata sayang.
It's like, I did love you. Not anymore.
Yeah, not now.
That's petty.
Women have superpowers that we cannot mess with.
Yeah. I love
He's
when,
going to start messing with her.
I love when women get like that. I thought that was it for a second. I was like, what?
So you got to sleep comfortably for one night.
Yeah. Giving me a lift today.
Wow.
Is that a Proton?
Yep.
Yep.
I think that's like an X70.
70.
And she just got out of a Myvi, I think.
Assalamualaikum, Fikri.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ini akak ada masak lebih. Nanti boleh buat buka puasa.
Buat sesuatu.
Are neighbors really like this?
That's what they said. They said it's
Yeah,
very, very...
that's awesome.
Now, I will say that I've had a neighbor that we were that close to, but it took years before we developed that relationship.
Yeah, and neighbors in our area in Mississippi, like, they'd bring over cake or, like, lasagna, stuff like that.
But it was a developed friendship.
yeah.
It wasn't like... So,
Yeah, no, these people grew up together.
how?
in these
So I think
neighborhoods.
the question is, how often do y'all move?
Yeah.
Because in my lifetime, the longest place I've ever lived in my entire life is 4 years. So trying to develop a friendship that you can be sharing food like that
With your neighbors, yeah.
within 2 to 3 years is kind of maybe, but it also depends on the type of neighbors you have, because there's so I understand that y'all have a very vast multicultural country. So do we.
Mm-hmm.
We have, again, I've always said this, we have probably a representation of almost every country in the entire world. The last house that I had on one of my neighbors was Nigerian. And then the other one, I want to say he was Iranian. So we didn't have any commonality.
Right.
We didn't watch the same sports. We didn't do any, the way that we took care of our yards were drastically different. The way that we took care of the houses.
Just different type of people.
Yeah, so we didn't have that relationship. But I've had those relationships when I lived in Tennessee because we lived in houses a little bit longer then.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, do y'all typically grow up and live in the same house for 2 decades? Then yeah, I get it. That makes a lot more sense.
And that's normal in Mississippi.
That's normal in most places, I think. But I think that's becoming less normal now.
With the housing market. And
with the way that things
people
are.
Understand you can buy a house and then sell it for more money later.
And I think it has to do with the generation that is taking opportunity. They'll take the job to build experience, and then they'll move somewhere else
to make more money.
To make more money after they get the experience, and then they'll keep on following the progression of promotion and stuff like that. And so that means that they got to be willing to up and move, and that's what we did. Yeah. That's why we moved around so much. Is because my dad, when we lived here in Texas, we lived in the Dallas area till I was 5, and we lived in 2 different places because my dad was going to college down in Waco, and then once he graduated, we moved to Tennessee, and he moved different locations and got promotions and all that kind of stuff. So we moved around a lot.
Right.
And then we moved back down to Texas because of job opportunity.
Yeah.
So my dad's kind of like following that same trend, but he's a boomer. So
yeah.
So
do neighbors do this a lot?
Yeah, that's why I compared it, because we move around so much as a country that it's hard to develop that relationship.
Right.
Like my neighbor, outside a handful of my neighbors, none of them I would ever consider part of family.
Right.
Susah je Pak Din. Terima kasih.
Tahun ni raya, korang balik kampung mana?
Kami beraya.
Kampung saya.
Memang sporting kamu ni, Fikri.
Memang sporting sangat Pak Din. Berterima rasa, memahami hati isteri kan? Tak apalah, saya masuk dalam dulu. Terima kasih tak Pak Din?
Sama.
Pak Din, saya masuk dulu
Yelah.
Terima kasih.
Sama.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam semua.
Assalamualaikum, Mak.
Waalaikumsalam, Fikri.
Mak dengan Ayah apa khabar?
Sihat, Alhamdulillah. Ni, Fikri, Mak nak tanya. Raya tahun ni balik tak? Tanjung Karang?
Tengoklah nanti.
Kalau tak balik, tak payahlah Mak susah-susah nak buat rendang, lemang, dodol apa semua tu, kan?
Sleep on the couch tonight.
Fikri baliklah. Dah setahun tak jumpa ni.
InsyaAllah. InsyaAllah. Mak, nanti Fik kau balik boleh?
Yelah. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Oh, goodness.
Yang?
Uh-oh.
Minta maaf, Abang. Tak dapat beli raya Tanjung tahun ni.
Maaf ya, Yang. Tak dapat balik beraya di Tanjung kita.
Assalamualaikum. Selamat Hari Raya.
Oh, they came to them.
Ianya anak
Selamat Hari Raya. Memandangkan semua ada sini, saya ada berita baik nak bagi tahu. InsyaAllah, tahun depan, kami akan beraya...
With a new baby.
Alhamdulillah. Izan, apa hal awak ni? Kalau dapat anak lelaki, mawar. Kalau dapat anak perempuan.
Makan nasi, lauk ikan. Bolehnya mak ayah yang berikan.
Heck no. Not in our country.
Doesn't matter where we celebrate as long as we celebrate it together.
I agree with that.
100%. From all of us at Etiqa.
Cepat. Jana.
They're still talking about names.
Nisha.
I actually like that name, Nisha.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was good.
So is that normal to let your parents name your kids? There's no way in heck I would let my parents name my kids. Because, so, again, my mom is 70 years old. 69. Yeah. She'll give me crap for saying she's 70 already. The name she's going to come up with is going to...
Like Belinda.
Yeah, like something horrible. So, like, my
Belinda's not a horrible name. It's just an older generation name.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Our names have changed over generations. Like, right now, I think some of, like, they use the names from, what's it called? Frozen. the movie. Like
Elsa's
a huge one. And I don't really get behind that myself. Both of my kids is Nathaniel, and we call him Nate, and Thaddeus, which we call Thad.
Yeah.
So they're kind of traditional, like in an older name sense, because Thaddeus is Greek.
Yeah.
And Nathaniel is, I don't know, proper English. We don't even have any clue. They just have to go well with your last name, and then we use the middle name. We used my middle name for Nathaniel, and then we used my ex-wife's stepfather technically, but she calls him her dad, so her father is his middle name. So that's where we kind of came up with that. But no way on God's green earth would I let my parents pick my kids' names.
Yeah.
That's like one of the benefits of being a parent.
Yeah, you get to name your child. So yeah.
Yeah, you get to name your child. That's like one of the fun parts of being a parent, or the most stressful part, because you want it to sound good.
Yeah, and you don't want your kid to get picked on because they have a weird name.
Yeah, that's the other thing that grandparents don't understand is I don't know.
Like if you name your kid Matilda, like they're probably gonna get picked on.
For the movie name. And what really stinks, and I feel bad, it's a lot of the stuff that like people that immigrate. What am I thinking of? What's the word? That move here from another country.
Migrate.
Well, migrate typically means you go back.
Okay.
Anyways, people that move here from other countries and their name doesn't translate well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it is usually Asian countries, because it's kind of like taking Bangkok, for instance. It doesn't translate really well. But those are the ones I feel sorry for, because I have had a couple friends or people that I've known that their name did not translate well, so they were picked on.
And they'll just say their name is like Tom.
Yeah, they change it, but once you find out what their real name is, they're picked on for the rest of their life. So you got to be kind of aware and protect. Like, what's your grandparents' name?
George.
Okay, that's pretty. Is that his first birth name?
Yeah.
And then what's the other one?
Thomas.
Okay, that's a good one. What about your grandma's?
Gloria. And
Oh, they got pretty, like...
Anna Faye.
Anna Faye. That's an old one. Anna Faye. My grandmother's names, well, I'll be honest, I don't know my dad's side of the family, their biological names. But on because we don't speak Spanish fluently, or I don't, but he does. But on my mom's, Dathel. And Edwin.
Edwin.
Yeah. Of course, they're probably a generation older than your grandparents.
Mine are in their 70s.
Yeah, mine would be almost 100.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, mine fought in World War II.
Yeah.
So my mom is in her 70s, for reference. So, yeah, and my mom's name is Sandra, but she went by Sandy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why we don't let our parents name our kids, because we have no idea what they try to come up with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they would be aware, but you get picked on based off of your name, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
my name's Miles.
And my name is Fez.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.
Izzy out.
What was that?
I don't know.